Hey, how you guys doing? I figured I would do this video a little bit different. Normally in front of you guys, in front of a spreadsheet, but really trying to try something different here. Not like a vlog or anything like that, but talk to you guys a little bit more. Talk to you guys more about things in person rather than just looking at a spreadsheet. Get a little bit more personable of a relationship with you guys. So today I really want to talk about 3 or 4 different things that would really increase and step up your game, your investing game to the next level. And I don't really have a selfie stick or anything like that, so I'm gonna be switching the camera between hand to hand, so hopefully it's not too annoying for you guys. But I'm just gonna take a seat here on the balcony and hang out with you guys. So what I really want to talk to you guys about is 3 to 4 different things that you can do to really increase your investing strategy. Now, number 1, I think the best thing to do is consistent and ever growing increases and steady contributions to your portfolio. I see a lot of people really thinking about the first $1,000, $2,000, and that's the first step, yeah? But I think the second step is you need to realize you need to consistently add capital to your portfolio. If you don't, it's going to be a lot harder. You think about it, if you add your first $1,000 and you want that to go to $1 million, well, it might be pretty tough. But if you add your second $1,000, now you have $2,000. It makes it a little bit easier to get to your goals. And so what I think that does is it gives you a little bit more discipline, gives you a little bit more focus on your portfolio and what exactly you're looking to do. And that kind of leads me into number 2. Number 2, and I talked about this a little bit in another video, is number 2, you need to focus on creating yourself some goals. I think what I have now is I have 25 or so goals that I carry around with me on my phone. And I made it on my numbers spreadsheet, which I show you guys a lot lately. But I think that within there I have 5 or 6 different pillars of things that I want to attack and I really want to achieve. I'm still working on the family goal because I think that one's a little bit more tough to talk about. It's a little bit things that you think about a little bit less. But on there I have financial goals, travel goals, personality goals, goals where I want to be in my business, personal business, as well as my day-to-day job. And what I think that will do is if you write it down, you carry it with you, it's not necessarily going to be a burden, but it allows you to reflect on it from time to time. You have some idle time. Instead of going on YouTube or anything like that, you might be able to look at this and say, you know, how am I doing? And I think that has really changed my mindset over the past couple weeks, is I finally was able to write that down. And I've been carrying it with me in my head, but I would figure out, okay, this week I'm going to focus on this goal. The next week I would focus on another goal. And I think what would end up happening is I would jump around from goal to goal, but I would forget some of the goals I had set last week, or I would forget some of the goals that I had made a month ago. And I would lose focus on those. But if you write them down and you keep them with you all the time, you have the goals from last week, you have the goals from 2 weeks ago, you have the goals from maybe 6 months ago. And of course you can change them, reshift them, what have you, but you don't forget them. And I think that is probably the most important part, is not forgetting those goals. And number 3, I think this one's pretty simple. Reinvest your dividends, stuff like that. I mean, I think everybody preaches that. Reinvest your dividends. If you're investing, you get dividends or anything like that, don't take that out, don't spend that unless you really need it. If you're really in dire need, then yes. But I think a lot of people are prone to take money out of their portfolio way too quickly. And if you have that 4 or 5%, you know, growing, ever growing, it's gonna just be super beneficial for you over time. And there's been so many different quotes and so many different percentages, but either way, whether it's the small number or the big number, and I'll get to them in a second, there's still huge contributions to your overall growth. So there's been some people that say 40% of the growth of the stock market over the last, you know, however many years has been through dividend reinvestment. And then there's people that say over 90% since, I think, the Great Depression back in 1929. If you invested back then and you'd reinvested your dividends, over 90% of your money has been coming from dividends. So I think that that's just something you need to think about as well. And then I think number 4 is really think about your investing strategy. And I have a video on this I'll put in the upper right hand corner. But I think if you truly sit down, understand where your investing strategy is, you truly think about what you want to get out of investing, whether it's dividend investing, capital appreciation, what you're investing for, it's going to be a lot easier than if you were to just go at it alone. And I think that this is hugely beneficial into what I talked about in step number 2 or thing number 2 today. And well, that's setting goals, but I think if you just have an appropriate plan, it's going to help you understand what exactly you're going for, and it'll help shape what your decisions are, and it'll give you an idea and a foundation as to every move that you make and validify it. And if somebody says, or if you have an idea about, doing this or doing that, you then have a foundation to say, well, that kind of goes against my plan, or that goes against my belief. And maybe it's a good thing. Maybe that gives you an opportunity to reshape your plan or reshape your beliefs. But maybe sometimes, and I found a lot out for me, is sometimes a friend will be like, oh, this company is IPOing, or this penny stock, or this, that. And I got caught in one. I don't get caught in them a lot anymore, but a friend of mine really caught me in a hype about 2-3 weeks ago. And with that, I ended up losing a couple $100, and I was just like, if I had just stuck to my plan, I'd be $200 to $300 richer, and I wouldn't have gotten scammed. So it wasn't a scam per se. It was just a bad investment. It was day trading, and it doesn't fit my plan, right? So for me, it didn't work out. Not to say that day trading wouldn't work out for you, but different story for a different day. But really hope this video finds you great. Hope this video finds you well. That's 3 to 4 different things that you can do to help step your game up to the next level, your investing game up to the next level. And yeah, I'm gonna go about my day. I'm gonna grab something to eat and upload this video for you guys. I'll talk to you soon.